traders, it's Tracy here, ringing in the new year with a new TradingView tutorial. Now, before we get started, I just want to remind you that if you find value in these videos, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can be notified of any future video releases. Now, for those of you that don't know who I am, I'm one of the mentors over at Real Life Trading. So if you're interested in learning more about how I trade or how we trade, or checking out some of our free content, please come on by to www.reallifetrading.com. We'd love to see you there. All right, so in today's video, I want to talk about paper trading in TradingView. Now, this is very different than back trading. And I will do a future video on back trading with all my tips and tricks and strategies for effectively back trading. But in today's video, we're just going to focus on the paper trading aspect. So now, paper trading requires, it's an opportunity for you to follow along live with the trades. So there's a few things that you're going to need to have before you can do this. Number one, you have to have an account with TradingView. It can be a paid account, or it can be a free account. Either one will work, but you do have to have an account. The second thing, you have to have an open market, and your data has to be live. It can't be delayed. So right now, the US markets are currently closed, so I only have access to the cryptocurrency markets that are open. So I'll be demonstrating everything on the cryptocurrency market, but this will work with stocks, futures, and Forex. So now that we've done that, what you're going to do is you're going to open up a chart, and you're going to go down to the bottom left-hand corner, and you're going to look for a tab called Trading Panel, and you're going to click on that. It's going to open up this menu right here. It's going to see on the left-hand side paper trading. Highlight it and click Connect. Now, it just basically says that this is a practice account and this is a way for you to practice. You're not using real money, and so therefore you're not risking any capital. So click on Connect, and that opens up this trading panel. Now, I do already have some open trades just so I can demonstrate a few things. So you can see those right here. Now, right beside the paper trading tab, you're going to see a little green dot that indicates that the current paper trading account is operational or open. All right. What you're going to see here is you're going to have a position tab. Currently, there's 4 positions that I have open. I have 8 orders that are open. This gives you a history tab, tells you what's been filled, what's canceled, etc. And then you've got your account history, and you've got a trade journal. Now, the difference between the account history, this actually shows executions. Your trade journal tells you actual, like every detail that you do. So if you modify an order, that shows up in here. If an order gets executed, it shows up in here. So that's the difference between the two. Then you've got your paper trading tab right over here. So you click the arrow, it's going to open this little window right here, gives you access to the broker list, which can connect to TradingView. Now, there's only a few of them, none of which I use, so I don't use this option, but if you want to check it out, you can. And the next option is the log out button. Now, the nice thing about this is you can click log out. You can go back in and log back in, and your positions are still there. So the nice thing is you can turn it on and off at will when you want to do it, when you want to paper trade, when you don't want to paper trade. You don't have to leave it on all the time. And if you do close it, you're not losing any of your positions. They can remain open. The next tab here is just your account, and all it does is tell you that you're trading USD. Then there's a little gearbox on the right-hand side. So if you click that gearbox, it brings you to another settings or another selection of options. The first option is the show buy sell button. Now, what this does is it toggles this little red and blue option right here, toggles it on and off. Then you've got your show order panel. So that you can select it here, or you can go over to the right-hand corner or the right-hand side, and down on this section right here, you're going to see an up and a down arrow. That is the order panel, so you can select it there. So here or there. Then you've got your show DOM, which is your depth of market, and you have the option of selecting it here, or you can click the DOM right over on the right-hand side. The next option is your reset paper trading account. Now, this is pretty cool. So if you blow out your account and you want to reset your account, you can do that. You can set the balance to whatever you want and then click reset. Now, if you do that, you are going to close out any of the existing trades that you have. It resets the entire account back to square one. Now, why would you want to reset your account? Again, if you blow out your account, that's one reason. Let's say you're trying a new strategy, you can test it out using that new strategy, so you can reset it then. Or maybe it's the beginning of the year and you want to see how you do year after year, you can reset your balance there. The nice thing here as well is if you wanted to paper trade using your actual account balance to see how well you would perform with the account that you're going to be trading with, you can do that here. So if you wanted to trade with just a $5,000 account, you could do that and then hit reset. I'm not going to do that because I want to keep these orders open. What that would do is it'll reset your account balance to the amount that you set, and then your equity would be the same and your profit would be zero because nothing would be open. So now if we go back into that box, the next is commission settings. Now, if you wanted to set up your commission settings based on your broker, you could do that in here if you know them. I don't, but if you did do that, that just gives you a little bit more information on how you're trading and how you'd be performing. Then you have access to your trade settings. So you click on that and you can access that this way, or you can get through it via the little settings button on the actual chart and then go down to trading. That takes you to this screen here. Now, everything that you see here is default except for the play sound and instant order placement. I've added those. Those are not normally default. And the show execution usually is. Now, what the show execution does, let's just take a look at this. You see these arrows right here? So the up arrows, those are buying, and the red arrows are selling. So if I turn that off, that removes that. So if you're making a lot of trades, this can get quite congested. So I usually keep that off. And I usually add the play sound or order execution just so I can get a little notification. I can hear it. It's an audible alert for me. And then the instant order placement. So what this does is basically eliminates the need for you to confirm your order. It makes it quicker. You can drag and drop on the chart your stops and your targets. You can drag them and it instantly moves them, and it just makes it quicker. So I usually select that as well. Then you've got your show buy sell button, and that's just another way of toggling these little buttons right here on and off. And then you've got your show zero trade price in the DOM and show price between the bid-ask spread on the DOM. I just leave these as is. You don't need to play around with them, but feel free to check it out and see what they do. All right, click OK. And then the last choice is how to use paper trading. So this is just a quick link to the TradingView blog that will give you a little bit of detail on how to actually paper trade. Now, if you're watching this video, hopefully you won't need to use this. Okay, so now in TradingView with paper trading, there are 3 types of orders that you can execute. And that is the market order, which gets you in and out of a trade immediately. You've got your limit order, which is if you're going in long, you're going to be entering in lower than the current price. And a stop market order, which will get in, you're going to play that for a breakout usually. Now, if you don't understand those orders, please, I highly encourage you to jump over to the Real Life Trading YouTube channel and type in these order types. And we've got videos on all of them explaining in detail what they do and when you should be placing them. So those are the 3 order types, and we'll go over how to do that. Now, there are a few different places that you can enter an order. The first is right up here in this corner. You've got your sell button and your buy button. You can only do market orders using this. So this is a sell market and this is a buy market. And then you've got your quantity right here, so you can adjust the quantity. And then, like I said, sell or buy. The next choice that you could do is the order panel, and that is this little spot right here. Now, the order panel is the most common way of doing your orders because it's the only place that you can execute all 3 order types. You can do your market, your limit, and your stop market orders here. Now, what you've got here, you've got your sell setups, you've got your buy setups. Then you've got your order types. So you've got your market, your limit, and your stop market. And then once you do that, your limit and your stop, you have your price right here. So you just select your price, select your quantity. Then you have an option of setting a profit, and setting a stop loss, which you can do. So if we demonstrate this right now, let's enter a market order. So we're going to set a quantity. Let's buy 4 Bitcoin. And let's say that we want to take a profit at 31553.81, and we want to do a stop loss at 3115. 3118.0.35. All right, we're going to enter the order that executed immediately because it was a market order. We have 4 Bitcoin, we have a stop loss here, and we have a profit target there. Now remember I said I had instant order execution on? Now what that means is that when I take this take profit and I adjust it, it immediately modified it. If I had that turned off, what would happen is as soon as I move it, it would come up with a little box here and it says modify, and I would have to actually click modify before it would make that change. So this is just one way of speeding up your transactions. I can adjust my stop, I can move my stop up and down, and it's all good to go. All right, so now that we've done that, there's a couple other things that you can look at here. If you want to close the position out, you just want to exit the position right away, you can click the X, or you can right click and click close position. Now if you do that, what it's going to do is it's going to close you out at the current market value. Win or loss, doesn't matter, it's going to close you out at that market price. It'll cancel or close out or cancel out your stop loss and your profit all at the same time. So if we do that right now, let's click the X. You can see we got marketed out and it closed the position and it canceled the other 2 orders that I currently had open. So let's get back in. And this time I'm not going to enter my stop loss or my profit. So let's just buy. And I currently have 4 Bitcoin bought at market, and I currently have no protection on this position. I have no stop loss and I have no target. So if I want to do that after the fact, I can right click on this blue box and protect position. I then can set my target, or I can set my stop loss, or I can set either or. I don't have to do one or the other. So again, if I want to set my profit, let's set a profit at 31545, and let's set a stop loss at 313. Let's go 31304.84, and let's hit modify. All right, so you can see that it set that position up. All right, so the next thing that you have choice for doing is these 2 little arrows right here. Now, what those do is reverse a position. Now, if you're not familiar with what reversing a position means, it just means that if you are currently long, it will close your long position out and it'll put you into a short position all at the same time. Now, keep in mind that what will happen is if you are long, it will close your position out at market. So if you're currently losing in that position, it will be a realized loss, and then it'll put you into a short position at market. So if we do that right now, let's click on this. You can see that what happened is our position got sold at market value down in this area, and we were instantaneously put into a short position at market as well. Now, notice that when I did that, it also canceled my profit and my stop. It didn't put those or reverse those for me. So now I have an unprotected position, which I would have to go in, protect the position. Now in this particular case, put your stop, put your profit target. So let's put a profit target of 6.9 and then modify. So we've got our stop basically at break even. We can move that up. Stop loss, we've got our take profit right here. And now the position is protected. All right. So now the next thing that I want to talk about is let's get out of this and get back into a long position. So let's buy 4 Bitcoin, and I'm just going to do market. And now, why would I want to not put in a profit target? Why wouldn't I do it here? If I did it using these buttons right here, if I put my take profit and my stop loss at the same time, this take profit only allows me to take profit with 100% of my position. So if I wanted to take a partial, for instance, then what I would want to do is let's protect the position. So let's just put in a stop loss, and we'll put in a stop loss at 31181.32 and modify. So now we have a stop loss that's attached to this position. We did not put in a profit target, because if I did that, like I said, I have to do 100% of the position. But what I want to do is at this level right here, I want to take, say, a quarter of my position. So instead of doing the take profit in the protected position way, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to a limit, and I'm going to enter the price, which is 31499.90, and I'm going to sell 1 Bitcoin at that price, and I'm going to click sell. So now you can see that I have my sell limit. So this is my target. I'm only going to be selling 1 of my Bitcoin. Now, when this happens, what's going to happen is this will drop to 3, and it will also alter or modify my stop loss order right here. So that will end up being 3. So that's the nice thing. So having it done this way and this target gets hit, it does update your other order, which is, it's good. Now, the thing is, and here, this is good. If we get stopped out here, I'm just going to move this up a little bit and see if I can't deliberately try and get stopped out. No, it doesn't look like it. So what'll happen is if I do get stopped out, it's not going to cancel this limit order that I put in by myself. It's not connected. It's not a linked order. So what's going to end up happening is if I do get stopped out, or if I close this position manually, this order stays live. And therefore, if the price goes up, hits the order, I'll be into a short position, which wasn't necessarily what I wanted to be doing. So remember that if you do set up partials and you're wanting to get them done this way, if you get stopped out or if you close the position, remember to go in and cancel any additional orders that you might have, because those will still be live. So if we let's just move this up and see if I can't get stopped out. There we go. We got stopped out, and see how this limit order is still there. So now I have to go in and manually close it out. And then if you do a stop order, you just put the price in and then it sets it at market. So if I wanted to enter in above this price, I would just enter, let's just say 31335.55. And again, I want to buy 4 Bitcoin. You can take your profit, take your stop loss, and then execute the trade, and it sets it up. It has not executed. It's just sitting there. It's not ready to be executed quite yet. So soon, it's not going to execute until price goes above this. Now, while this order is still open, it's not filled, I do have the ability to adjust my entry by dragging and dropping. All right, so we'll just cancel that order. And that takes care of the order panel. Now, if we go over to the DOM, now the DOM does not work very well while using Bitcoin, but what you've got here, you set your quantity right here. This tells you what position you're currently in. Right now, we don't have a position here, so we're flat. And then this gives you your active P&L. Now, when you're using the DOM, you're only able to do a limit order or a market order. So if you want to do a limit order, you need to be below the price. And if this on the buy side, so you go to the buy side, you go somewhere below the price, and then you would just click the price that you want. It entered in the 4 Bitcoin. There's my limit order right here. And then, of course, if you're on a sell side, if you wanted to market, you would be below the price. And if you want to limit in, you would be you'd have to be above the price. The other option is to use these buttons down here. You can mark it in and out. So that's basically the DOM. And the next option that you have is using the buy sell buttons right here. Now, what you would do, you only have the option of marketing in. So you would just set your quantity. You can do that by adding to it, or you can reset these buttons. This resets it back to 0. This resets it to the minimum that you can get. If you reset to 0 and then just say 25, or reset to 0 and say 5, let's market buy, click market, we're in the trade, and then let's just market sell out of that. That's the only option that you have here. You can't set up your order cancels order, so you can't protect the position at the same time, but you just enter in your order, right click, and then protect your position that way. Now, there is one other way of entering trades, and that is directly on the chart. So let's say that we want to set an entry just above this candle right here. You can right click above that price, go to trade, and then what we want to do is buy, and you see that it says buy Bitcoin. It automatically selects the type of order because we're above the price. It says buy stop 5. Right there. Now, the reason it says 5 is because we currently have this quantity set at 5. Now, if we wanted to change that to say, let's just go down to 1 and go like that. Now, what we can do is if we wanted to just buy the 1, you see that it just says 1. So we can click that, and we've got an order at this price for 5, and we've got another order here for 1. Now again, that doesn't protect the position. You've got to go in the way that I've shown you and protect the position after the fact. So let's just cancel that out. Now if you wanted to buy a limit, if you go down below the price, just right click around the price that you want to buy, and if you see it says here buy limit, so you can just click your limit and price rolled down, it actually executed. So let's close that out. So that's how you can trade using the trading chart directly. It's kind of a neat feature, like it, and what have you. So play around with it and see what how it works for you. Now, one of the things I did want to show you is if we go to the ES minis. So let's go to futures and pick ES minis. Let's go to ES1. And if I open up the order panel, you can see that it says it's a non-tradable symbol. And the reason being is because I am on delayed data. I do not have actual data set up for the futures with my TradingView account. So one of the things that you can do is you follow the link that brings you to this panel right here, and you want to scroll all the way down, and you're going to come to a little blue box that says subscribe to real-time markets. So if you click on that, real-time markets brings you to here, and then you can select your futures data right here. Now, the reason that I want to show you this is because a lot of people may not know this, but if you have a futures account with somebody else and you're paying for data with that broker, if you're using CQG data, you do have the option of connecting that up to TradingView and accessing that data for free through your TradingView account. So what you would do is you just go to check your account, click on it, and then you enter your login and your password. And now this is your CQG broker account credentials, not your TradingView account. So you click on the login and your password, you click verify, and it'll verify the account. Now this will give you access to data, real-time data in TradingView for the next 30 days. And then what you'll have to do is continue to verify that account every 30 days if you want to continue to use that feature. I just wanted to point that out to you because it is quite expensive to use the TradingView data for futures. So if you're already paying for it, that's a great way of utilizing that within TradingView. All right, so that just about covers all of the TradingView paper trading needs. So please, if you have any questions or comments, throw them into the comments below. And again, subscribe, like, notify, and looking forward to seeing you guys. Have a great 2021.